Have you ever felt completely lost trying to figure out what's what in the world of fitness advice? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We are going to arm you with the real science you need to know to separate fact from fiction so you can finally start making some real progress.
Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we'll touch on why there's so much confusion out there to begin with. Then we're going to bust 5 of the absolute biggest myths that are probably holding you back, stuff like targeting fat loss, muscle turning into fat, that whole no pain, no gain thing, the fear some women have about getting bulky from lifting, and finally, what the real key to weight loss is.
You know, the fitness world is just flooded with advice, isn't it? It comes from everywhere, social media, your friends, that person at the gym. But here's the thing, a lot of it conflicts with each other, and frankly, a lot of it just isn't based on science. And that can really derail your progress, or even worse, lead to an injury. So I want you to just take a second and think about your own routine. The things you do, the advice you follow, is it actually helping you? Or could it be the very thing that's holding you back from your goals? Well, let's find out.
All right, let's jump right into our first myth, and oh man, it's a huge one. It's this idea that you can lose fat from one specific body part, like your stomach or your arms, just by working out that one area over and over again.
I mean, we've all heard this, right? If you want a flat stomach, you gotta do 1,000,000 crunches. That's the myth. But the scientific truth? It's that spot reduction is, well, impossible. Your body just doesn't work that way. Fat loss happens all over, not just in one spot. So here's what's really going on. When you exercise, your body needs energy, right? And it gets that energy by releasing fatty acids from your fat stores. But here's the crucial part. It pulls that energy from all over your body, not just from the muscles you're working. Where the fat comes off first is actually decided by things like your genetics and your hormones.
And if you need proof, check this out. One study had people do nothing but ab exercises for 6 weeks straight. And the result? The amount of belly fat they lost was exactly 0. A big old goose egg. So yeah, 1,000 crunches a day is not going to magically melt fat from that one area.
All right, next up. This one causes a lot of anxiety for people who take a break from the gym. The idea that if you stop working out, all that muscle you worked so hard for is just going to morph into fat.
Let's just be crystal clear on this one. This is biologically impossible. Muscle tissue and fat tissue are 2 completely different things. You might as well say wood can turn into glass. It just can't happen.
So what are people actually seeing when they think this is happening? Well, it's 2 separate things going on at the same time. First, if you're not using your muscles, the cells shrink. That's called muscle atrophy. And second, if you're eating more calories than you're burning, your fat cells get bigger. So it creates this illusion that one is turning into the other, but they're totally independent processes.
I absolutely love this analogy because it just makes it so clear. Believing muscle turns into fat is like thinking the paper towels in your kitchen could magically become dollar bills. It's a nice thought, maybe, but it's just not going to happen. You know this one. No pain, no gain. It's plastered all over gyms and t-shirts. But is feeling actual pain really the sign of a good workout? Let's break down what you should and shouldn't be feeling. Look, your workouts should be challenging. They should be uncomfortable. But confusing that productive discomfort with actual sharp pain is a really dangerous mistake. Pain is your body's alarm system, telling you something is wrong. You've got to listen to it. So let's get specific. You know that dull, achy feeling you get a day or 2 after a really tough workout? That's called DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness. That's totally normal. But a sharp stabbing or grinding pain that happens during an exercise? That is not normal. That's your cue to stop immediately. And here's something that might actually surprise you. As you get more fit, you'll probably experience less soreness. And that does not mean your workout wasn't effective. It's actually a sign of success. It means your body is getting stronger and more efficient at recovering. Okay, this is a really important one. Let's talk about one of the most stubborn myths out there. One that keeps so many women from getting all the amazing benefits of strength training.
So the myth, the fear is that lifting heavy weights is going to make women look bulky. But the scientific reality is that for the vast majority of women, that is incredibly hard to do. And the reason comes down to one simple thing: hormones.
This chart really says it all. Testosterone is the main hormone responsible for huge muscle growth. And as you can see, men have way more of it than women do. Without that kind of hormonal support, it's just about impossible for women to accidentally get bulky.
So, instead of getting bulky, what do women actually get from lifting heavy? The real benefits are pretty awesome. You get stronger, for one. You get improved muscle tone, that toned look that so many people are after. You build stronger bones, which is crucial. And you fire up your metabolism, which helps you burn more calories even when you're just sitting around.
Okay, time for our final myth. Let's dig into the classic debate, cardio versus strength training, and see what the science actually says is the most effective way to exercise for weight loss.
For decades, the mantra is just run, 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 cardio, cardio, cardio. But that idea that it's the only or even the best way to lose weight is just outdated. Modern science has shown us that strength training isn't just a nice little add-on, it's absolutely vital for long-term, sustainable results.
In fact, there's even some cool research showing that the order you do your workout in can make a big difference. Here's the idea. When you do your strength training first, you burn through your muscles' readily available energy source. That's a sugar called glycogen. Then, when you hop on the treadmill for your cardio, your body doesn't have much of that easy fuel left, so it's forced to start burning body fat for energy instead. It's a really powerful 1-2 punch.
So let's wrap this all up. Think of this as your new science-backed toolkit. Just remember these 5 key things. Fat loss happens all over, not in one spot. Muscle and fat are 2 different things. Progress requires effort, not pain. Women get strong and toned from lifting heavy, not bulky. And for the best fat loss results, you need a smart combination of both strength and cardio.
Now that you're armed with the science, you can finally stop spinning your wheels and start building a smarter, more effective fitness routine. You can build one that you actually enjoy and that gets you the results you've been working for. So the only question is, what's the one myth you're going to throw in the trash, starting today?